Hey guys, it's Sean here, just here to give you a review of a nice art book I just read. Let me show it to you. So it's Wayne Thiebaud, and he does kind of, he starts a little bit in landscape. He starts as an illustrator, and then he moves on to be kind of an art professor at UC Davis and other places, but UC Davis primarily. And he's, well known for being the pie guy, basically. He kind of stumbles in the early beginnings of pop art, and he says, I'm going to start painting like all these pictures of pie, And at first, this artist never really called to me. I was like, whatever, it's kind of still life. But if you notice really closely, if you really focus on his work, he always uses kind of an impressionist logic, which is kind of, you always put contrasting colors next to each other. So you'll see a green next to an orange, next to a purple, back to an orange. And he'll do that very subtly, and then the rest of the color is kind of bland, but then he has these little pops on the corners. So all the corners are highlighted in this fashion and gives it this vibrancy to all of the different work. But it's pretty subtle. You just notice there's something a little off on the painting, but it's only if you zoom in, you'll see like, oh, these put all these contrasting colors together. So it's kind of really nice. He's also kind of stylizing the background, like basically stripping out any other extraneous detail, as you'll see in traditional still life, to put the cupboards, the kitchen sink, blah blah blah, parallel fruit. But in this case, he's using non-typical still lifes, which are more modern day still lifes. So cake is more modern, or at least the way it's presented here, that you go to the store and you buy half a cake, half a pie, a slice of pie, desserts. And then later he kind of moves on into, he does some figurative work as well. And then later I think he moves on to landscape. But the nice thing about it is it only covers 58 to 68. So it's kind of a brief snapshot of his formative years into the primary chunk of what he's known for, the pies and kind of the decoration stuff, which is really nice. Like I studied Picasso really intensely when I sold Picasso. And really after 1950, I mean, you could probably throw out the rest, 50 to the 70s, because it's really repetitive. He really does his best work in his early formative years, 20s, 30s, 40s, kind of crystallizes. And then from there, he's kind of on out the same. So same thing with Wayne Thiebaud. This book, you're going to a real nice snapshot of when he changes from his earlier years where he's kind of struggling, trying to figure out what his style is, so he forms a style with these pies, with the creamy crust and all this. So it's a really nice book. You get a really formative, interesting take on Wayne Thiebaud and really learn what he's about. The other interesting thing he does is a couple of paintings he does kind of perspective. So he does like grape wine rows, or he does pinball machines. But instead of true perspective where you're getting that 3D effect, each pinball machine, for example, is set as its own center of attention. So it's in effect, it's as if you're walking past the pinball machines and just snapshotting them in your mind, and then you throw them together. So it gives a really bizarre effect, because as you walk, I'm sure in front of these paintings, you get the perspective, oh, is this the center of perspective? Oh, is this the center of perspective? No, it's over here, and you just kind of don't get it. So that's a really cool optical illusion he kind of uses. It's a little obvious, but it's nice because it takes you out of your traditional 3D perspective. All right, that's my book of the day. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I recommend it. It's a good introspective. You get one slice of one particular artist that was within the pop artist movement. All right, check you guys later.